Okay, back on naughty, hoopty, whatever you want to call this tractor. This machine has been sitting with a cover over just the engine at the back of my property for about 4 weeks now. I just pulled it into the garage yesterday, did not drive it due to a carburetor issue, but it has been sitting like this, but like I said, with a cover on it. Here is the part that's going on it. This is from eBay. This is a replacement carburetor for Naughty Tractor. The original carburetor on here has an issue. It's flooding over. So I figured buy a carburetor. That should solve it. It solved the problem on other machines. Just these carburetors are not the cheapest. And you cannot get them on Amazon as far as I know. Just Fleabay. So I'm going to get this changed out. We'll do a cold start on this machine. And we'll see what happens. Bit of a backstory, I was attempting to drive this to my super secret storage location, but it started experiencing carburetor issues. So I ended up having to push the stupid thing home, which was not fun. Luckily, it was just around the corner. And it was not halfway to my storage location. I was closer to home. Also, the agreement with the storage location is just my own agreement. The owner could care less. Everything that's out there runs and drives. So anyways, I tried going through the carburetor, cleaning it, checking it. It just would not work. I've had issues with this carburetor in the past where it spills over and leaks gas out the overflow. It was doing that, and it was also leaking gas out of the bowl. There is a gasket in the bowl, but the gasket, it's just leaking right past it. So instead of fighting with trying to find an O-ring and potentially fixing it, or maybe not fixing it, I did buy a new carburetor. Also, the float was getting stuck on this carburetor as well. So this really ticked me off. As you can see, there's some battle marks on the front of it from trying to tap it, trying to get the float to come up and reseal. So the float itself could definitely be compromised. This carburetor here also has the conversion kit in it to change the backfire prevention solenoid over to a wire that you can unplug from the solenoid instead of having a long wire that runs underneath the shroud back to where the wiring harness is. On the racing mower, the problem with its original carburetor is I stepped on the wire and broke off the backfire prevention solenoid wire, hence ruining that solenoid. Those solenoids are unobtainium, new and used, so I ended up having to get a new carburetor on that. If I would have waited a little bit longer, I could have sold one off of this, but I didn't know I was getting this machine at that time, and I didn't know what engine, and didn't really know what this machine would need. So that one has a brand new China carburetor on it. This one here will have a brand new China carburetor on it. The racing mower actually hasn't been started in quite some time now. That might not be a bad cold start. It should get started. But I'm going to get this carburetor changed out, and we'll do a cold start on Naughty. The battery was not completely dead. I just put it on charger last night just to top it up a bit. I might bring this over to Super Secret Storage location, but I plan on starting to work on this soon since we don't have snow. It's just cold, so we'll see about that. At the time when it was going over there, I didn't have time to work on it, and the weather was really cold. So now the weather is cold, but there's no snow. I may end up starting on that project. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it right like always, and please subscribe and comment.